Vision and voice, and I want to hear your vision, and I want to see what you have to say about your newest invention, which is Monk. And I wouldn't even know how I would say what is Monk?
MONQ is an aromatherapy product. And when you think of aromatherapy, you think of a bottle like this. And you can smell it.
Yeah.
You can put it in a room diffuser. There's a tremendous amount of physiology, tremendous amount of biology that makes aromatherapy work.
Is that one of your products?
In fact, it is.
May I take a look?
This is Focus, and this is a standard bottle, but this has a particular formulation, and
I need this. Focus. I need this.
we all need that. And it seems to help people perceive things better and certainly allows you to give more attention to what you're doing. And we have Focus. I don't know if you have it there. No, I have it here. We have Focus also in our more typical for MONQ,
Yep.
personal aromatherapy diffusers. That's the classical method of using aromatherapy. And can spend a minute.
This is the classical.
That's the classic.
Now, do you put this on like cologne or?
You
I've always
can,
Okay.
but many essential oils are dangerous in a lot of different ways that you can use them.
Is this? No.
We have a roll-on of that where you roll it on.
Can I dab it on though, or should I get the roll on?
We'll get you the roll-on one day. For this, you just smell it.
All right.
And we have people in this room who've recently done exactly what you've done, who said, oh, it's easier to read the small print.
From this?
From Focus MONQ, yes.
Oh, so it says me time starts now.
And that's a slogan.
By the way, you're a natural marketer. On top of being a doctor, you're a natural marketer. Me time starts now. Fill the air with aromatherapy anywhere.
So we have a trademark on the name Aromatherapy Anywhere. And I don't want to get too complicated, but there's a couple of complexities that are important to understand. And you walk into a room and they're, burning incense, or more relevant here, they have a room diffuser, and it puts out all sorts of fragrances. You walk in and it's like, wow, this room smells great. I don't know if you ever noticed that after you've been there for a while, you don't really notice that anymore.
Yes.
Just a few minutes ago, you sat down and you said, oh, I'm sitting on a chair, but you're probably not thinking about the seat under you. I'll use a number of phrases and I'll try to explain them. That's called sensory adaptation. You've gotten used to sitting on this chair and you don't perceive it. You walk into the room with lavender and you get used to the lavender and it no longer has an effect on you. And that's not a conscious thing. That's a subconscious thing. And so with MONQ, one of the phrases, we have a lot of them, is every breath is your first breath. So here's the more common way that people use MONQ, personal aromatherapy.
I'm going to pull it out.
You've got
you
them
here. All right. Let me try this Monk.
And we have them with and without CBD. I think your package has CBD. Do you want that or you want them without CBD? For today, maybe without CBD.
Maybe without. And no, what is CBD? Is that the, that's like
it's
the marijuana product or?
Yes, but without the THC. And
Okay.
It's completely, we have 0.0% THC in our products.
Okay.
And it's called CBD isolate. And it's legal in all 50 states and it's legal in a lot of countries, but there are some countries I can't ship the CBD to.
So the CBD that gives it, what does that do?
Say it accentuates the effect.
Okay. So I don't vape. I do smoke cigars from time to time.
I'm sorry about that.
Allegedly.
So you understand what retronasal olfaction is, maybe, because that's how you use a cigar and that's how you use MONQ.
Is it okay? That's how you're supposed to, but you do inhale a little bit. But let me say, so MONQ. All right, so I'm going to choose Focus.
I think that's a good choice.
And now this is not a vape. What is this?
I started this industry 11 and a half years ago, and I call it a personal aromatherapy diffuser. So you can walk into a room in a hotel and they've got aromas coming into the air.
All right.
And that's a room diffuser. This is a personal aromatherapy diffuser. Advantages: you don't experience what I'm experiencing, and maybe you don't want to. Your pets, a lot of essential oils are dangerous for pets, and we avoid any problems like that. So you're holding the shipping container, And if you want to use a
Oh,
product,
gotta open
you
that.
have to.
There we
So,
go.
so you
Okay.
just flip
So
it off with your thumb,
all right.
and then you
So I
deliver
can
that.
keep this in my pocket.
Yes.
Well,
You
that's
called me a marketer. We have so many pictures
that's
of
nice.
people using them,
Which end?
holding
This end
their
here?
pocket. That's the light. And so I'm really proud of the effect that this has on people and how it helps their wellness, it helps their mood. And we have people sometimes who want to buy this because it matches their outfit.
This is pretty cool. I think it looks great. I love the metal cylinder
So Focus is the only one that's that sleek. All of the others have painting on them.
here. So you want to demonstrate? Then I'll try it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Because it is like smoking a cigar. And you can't smoke this product because smoking implies burning.
Yes.
There's no burning. Thousands of years ago, around the campfire, there'd be a pot of water and some essential oils would be dripped into the pot of water. It's a mist that goes around in that area. That is the technology we have here. We have essential oils and some vegetable glycerin. If you try this at home, um, I said it a few minutes ago, essential oils can be dangerous. You just stick essential oils in your however, and you start trying this, there are some material dangers, but we figured out more than 11 years ago how to put them in a device like this, how to have a mist come out, and it's differences from vaping, many differences. One, the temperature is much lower. Two, the intention, we don't bring anything into the lungs. Three, no artificial anything in it. So
All right.
here we go. I'm going on too
You
long.
go
I'll
first.
show you how.
All right.
There's a small hole that goes into the mouth. Let me do the whole thing before you try.
You got it. You make it look
And I'm
too
done.
easy.
Well, I've done it before. And as I did, just earlier today, it's the strangest thing, and even before you start, the effect sometimes is immediate, and so happy has that immediate effect. Focus sometimes has the immediate effect.
Maybe I should try the Zen. I've had a little coffee. What do you think? Zen or Focus seems like it might.
Let's go for Focus for today.
Yeah.
So a small, gentle breath from in the mouth,
Yep.
but before you do, holding it in the mouth, so physiology, the molecules that are going to give you an effect get absorbed
Okay.
from the cheeks. And then you exhale through the nose, and the molecules that give you the effect activate the nerves in the nose. And if you inhale it, it absorbs in the
It
I'll
doesn't
feel
hurt
it.
you, but it's
That's
not what it's making.
you want to get high, you're sitting there smoking weed, and you inhale it, and it gets into your lungs. This is a different thing.
Okay.
It's the opposite. And
So this will still. So okay, let me give it a shot.
I'm going to tap if you're doing too much.
Okay, hold on.
I saw it.
Well, that worked. It's kind of cool.
We've had millions of people tell us it works.
Let me try that again. That's pretty cool.
Our recommended way of using MONQ,
Is there
2 to 3 breaths, just like you've done,
okay?
and then put it away for a few hours. And so it's just like a cigar where you hold it and then breathe out your nose and you don't inhale into your lungs.
Yep.
So if you want to do one more, you can. But then I'd put it away.
Oh, I got pretty good at that.
You're an
Now
expert.
I got it now.
And remember, I said with MONQ, one of her phrases, every breath is your first breath. And if you keep doing it and keep doing it, you get subjected to this thing I mentioned a few minutes
Do I
ago.
store it in here and put it in my pocket type thing?
Perfect.
I'm going to keep this actually.
Good.
What I will have to.
Oh, we have
skip.
necklaces that you can wear it around your neck.
Oh,
I think we may have one in the room if you wanted it to show up. But this way, you're breathing normal room air.
yeah.
I didn't experience that. I didn't smell it. It had no effect on me. And that's what, there's many advantages to this type of aromatherapy over the standard, but those are a couple of them. And you're not constantly bombarded with the scent molecules, the fragrances.
Feels refreshing.
Good.
I mean,
You, my good friend, are the target audience, people who want to change their state in one way or another. I think I saw a Tony
Yeah.
Robbins.
that's what he
Look,
talks about.
These change your state and they can give you focus, they can give you relaxation.
Eric, so you're the founder of MONQ. And, what made you start Monk? What made you invent this product? What was your inspiration?
I'll answer that after a very quick anecdote. Um, it's 2026, and some people here, including myself and yourself, we use ChatGPT. So I'm talking to ChatGPT and talking about this product and how I started this company 11 years ago, and ChatGPT interrupted me to the extent that it could, and it said, essentially, without these exact words, "Dr. Fishman, you're not only the founder of this company, you're the founder of this industry. This industry didn't exist 12 years ago."
Wow.
And so the essential oil industry obviously existed. It has existed, as I said, for thousands of years, and there are many multi-billion-dollar companies. You've got the bottles selling bottles of essential
Yeah.
oils. When this came out, I had the pleasure of being able to call it anything I wanted to. So I decided to call it a personal aromatherapy diffuser.
I love that.
And I remember my family and I were hiking through Yosemite just before we went online with this, and we were trying to figure out how to use this thing. So we said, we'll use it like this.
By the way, this focus that I did earlier, I feel more focused.
Yes.
I feel
Thank
pretty
you.
chill. And I've had a lot of caffeine today. Got up early and I was worked late, but I feel chill but focused.
Does your ability to concentrate on the words around you
Yeah.
change?
Yes, I would say yes.
Don't ever stop moving.
You were always moving, and you're a good dancer too. And I need to finish my
Some
lesson.
people say
But since founding Monk, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
you should get people who know more than you do to do things you don't know how to do.
I've fallen out of the sky a couple times, and we'll go over that in another podcast. But I've never given up. Just like you, I keep learning and growing. Every one of those are a lesson. How did you grow from that lesson?
I think you need to be realistic and understand where your company is today. I don't have any rubber bands here, but rubber bands have elasticity. You stretch it and it has a memory that it wants to go back. Companies don't necessarily have that memory. And
What is the favorite thing about your industry, and how does it add value to the world?
we've had millions of people buy this, tens and tens and tens of thousands of people telling us how much it helped them. I've had people who are in the military in Iraq writing to me handwritten letters how they couldn't have survived it without this.
Really?
I have people telling me they can see their grandmother because they have fear of driving and they use Zen, for instance. They can get in their car and drive to see their grandmother. The pleasure of having the knowledge, just like you said, you can focus more having used it. It's an easy, relatively inexpensive way of making a major improvement in your life. And I think that it is a wellness product that has very few risks. You can always have an allergy to something and things like that happen. But it's a wellness product that is easy to use, second time,
Yep.
and it helps massive quantities of people. Let me just go back to something we discussed a little while ago. Surgery, one at a time. I started this company in part because I thought, and I still think, that I had something that was incredibly helpful for the world that can help millions of people instead of one at a time.
I agree with you, by
And I'm
the way.
still there.
You're an amazing surgeon, and you help every one at a time, you help somebody. But this product, in your way, be the change in the world you wanna see, right? We have a mutual friend, and as simple as this, we have a mutual friend that has a fear of driving on I-95, that I really want her to try this product. We're gonna have to have a talk
That's going to be Zen.
because she's been really struggling with that for years and years and years, and it's a quality of life issue.
Perfect strangers write to me nowadays, usually by email, but including some handwritten, saying that it helped.
Love it. Love it. I'm gonna use the focus for sure.
Not too much. 3 times a day.
3 times a day, okay. I tend to overdo it, so I'll try to take it easy. And then, so can you mix these? Can I do the focus and then maybe in the afternoon try maybe ocean or zen? Zen's chill, right?
And is chill. So absolutely, you can mix them. You don't have to stick with the same one all day or for the rest of your life. But
Okay.
I'm not that artistic, but I know a little bit about colors, and you mix red and yellow, and you get orange. If you mix these, you get mud. And so I don't encourage people to take one and then another and then another. It doesn't
So
give.
maybe you could do one in the morning and then let's say I come home tonight, like I got home late last night And it really, I'm enjoying I'm kind of re-engaged at work. And so, but I get home around 9:30, 10 last night. I had a hard time.
Sleepy.
Well, I ate later than I wanted to, but I was not chill. Coming home at 9 or 10 after a productive day, would you say you do the Zen?
If you're going to have dinner, yes. If you're going to sleep, sleepy.
Okay, and
I'm
where is sleepy? Is it
probably in my
so you have a so I would do focus in the morning per se and do no more than 3. That's the recommended
yes,
amount. And then come home, if I come home 8, 9 at night, don't eat that late, first of all, that's not good. But do the sleepy.
yes. And if you want one in the middle of the day, some Zen
I
would be
eat the
helpful.
sleepy because
Zen,
that's what
yeah, Zen or happy in the middle of
you
the
could
day.
do midday.
Yes.
So morning 8 or 9, midday 1 or 2, and then evening 9 or sleepy or in the evening.
Yes, many of her customers, I don't they like Monk, they like talking about it, they like taking videos, and they have, My Day with Monk, and they do exactly that, what they
I
do in the
love that.
morning, what they do in noon, and what they do at night.
I'm gonna try it.
Good.
I'm really gonna try. I feel this, and I finally did it. It took me a little time. I think we were at a holiday party or something when we were trying it last time, but it's really pretty cool.
I was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal many years ago, and the journalist couldn't figure out how to use it. So I got on the phone with her, and finally the article came out, but it takes a little bit of finesse,
Yeah.
but it's really pretty easy once you understand it.
Yeah, I did it. I'm looking at your instruction here, and it looks now that I kind of have it. I don't want to jinx it, but it's easy, and
Yeah.
I feel it. It's pretty cool. So okay, so we have just a
I know you asked the question, but can you describe in a little detail what you feel?
um, it's refreshing. My nasal passages are open. And I kinda have, like, I've had allergies since I was a young child, and, it feels good. I feel focused.
Thank you.
I feel
I
focused
I will
on
get
this.
another one for you.
Well, thank Eric, what is the one thing you want people to take from this podcast?
I've used this phrase earlier today, feel the way you want. If you want to feel the way you want, it can be as easy as choosing your personal aromatherapy diffuser that has the name of how you want to feel. I've got happy again. Use it 2 to 3 breaths, and not everyone, I'm not going to say that,
Yeah.
but the significant majority of people who utilize them actually change their state of mind, their state of being. They change how they're feeling, they change what they can accomplish, and we have a variety of different blends, and if you want to change how you're feeling at a particular time of day,
Mhm.
choose the blend that is aimed at giving you the feeling you're looking for.
Feel the way you want.
Yeah.
I love it. And you can break your state, like Tony Robbins said, you
Yes.
break your state through aromatherapy. By the way, I did it. It works. I am more focused now than when I began. So thank you for coming today, Eric, and I loved it. I learned some stuff, and I finally got to use the product properly. If you could tell us, we have 3 rapid fire questions at the end.
Okay.
What would you want our listeners to know about your product and where to get it?
Where to get it in the United States is easy. We have a website, monk.com.
Okay.
Monk is an acronym, and I will go over that some other time, but it's just 4 letters. It's one of the better bargains. I bought the domain for $4,000 at the beginning of this company. So we have the domain monk.com. We
Monk.
do have some distributors, resellers around the world here and there, but easiest is just monk.com.
So, Eric, as we finished our interview here, I can't help but notice there is a plant in our studio today. Thank you. Is that a gift for us or is that coming with you? It's very nice.
I cannot tell a lie. It's your plant taken from another room. So why is that important? This plant gives off gas, and
Okay.
that gas is oxygen.
Oh,
And so how do plants work? Teleologically, what's their purpose? They take in water, they take in carbon dioxide, they give off oxygen, the carbon dioxide goes into the air, and everything else goes into the plant, and it makes the plant bigger, right?
yes.
No.
Oh,
I went to high school, and plants grow. They take in the nutrients from the soil, they take in the water, they take in the carbon dioxide, and they utilize it to grow.
mm.
And if that were all plants did, you could walk out into a field of flowers and you wouldn't smell anything. because in order for you to smell it, it has to leave the plant.
Correct.
Why would the plant, and teleologically looking for a purpose, why would the plant go through all of the metabolic efforts to bring in the nutrients and then give them off to the world?
I don't know.
I do. And so the scents that they're giving off are called, in one way of calling them, secondary metabolites, because the primary metabolites become a plant. But again, just to repeat, because it's so obvious, intuitive, and it took me opening up an aromatherapy company to figure this out, the secondary metabolites have to leave the plant in order for you to perceive them.
Okay.
So throughout our entire evolution, people have been eating non-processed foods
Yes.
and breathing air that was recently released from a plant. Now, why would a plant release fragrances?
Maybe to repel or to attract?
Attract and to repel. And so caterpillars tend to eat plants.
Yes.
Birds tend to eat caterpillars.
Yes.
So you've got two plants right next to each other. One of them is releasing a scent that attracts the birds, that eats the caterpillars, and the other plant gets eaten by caterpillars. So it's evolutionarily advantageous to release these secondary metabolites. Terpenes is one class of them.
What you smell.
The secondary, in order for you to smell it, unless you're going there and chewing on it, it has to be released by the plant, and that's called a secondary metabolite.
Got it.
And so plants, for our entire evolutionary history, have been releasing secondary metabolites. And my opinion is that all human physiology is based upon the environment that our ancestors grew up in.
I agree.
And so our physiology is based on smelling these terpenes. And when you walk down a street in Manhattan, you don't do that. It leads to stress. It leads to disease. It leads to a disequilibrium, a lack of homeostasis.
I smell blacktop. And
Yeah.
fumes.
And so, but I want to make a distinction here. There's pollution in a city, and that's a terrible thing. My humble opinion, possibly the lack of secondary metabolites is at least as important.
And that secondary metabolites, that's what we smell.
Yes.
That's the aroma is a secondary metabolite.
Yes.
And that inspired you to do MONQ. You know, when I smell, it is memory for me, right? So if I smell, I always think of coffee cake. My grandmother made coffee cake and cinnamon, and it's wonderful. And it was amazing. But smells bring back memories for me. And so is that part of the aromatherapy? Does that do that, or?
Smells bring back memories for everybody,
Okay.
unless they have a condition called anosmia, where they don't smell. But 99% of people, it's the most direct, it's the most immediate, and you smell it, goes through the limbic system into your emotional system, and I can't snap my fingers, but bang, and that's the case for essentially everybody.
Dr. Fishman, Eric, thank you.
It's been a pleasure,
It
Glenn.
was great. I really enjoyed it. I learned something.
Thank you.